Hello friends, welcome to Gecko's Gaming video. Today I am going to be doing a deck tech and some gameplay with this deck that's been pretty hot for me on the ladder lately, um, Esper Tempo, and it's just another variation on the dimmer Tempo Frog deck, but I think this one is really teched out for the meta, and I've been having a lot of success with it. Um, so early on in the season I was playing Grixis, which I like a lot. I like the aggressive game plan and the first versatility and flexibility of the deck. But I just got tired of losing to Flage. I just kept losing to Flage over and over again. It's like if I didn't mana drain it or, I could use Molten Collapse to kill it, but that's just not a good exchange, and they can keep bringing it back. So I got tired of losing to Flage, so I decided to switch to Esper to defeat the Flagers. And this deck definitely gains points against the Mardu Energy deck. Um, and also, we have a lot of ways to deal with Flage from Boros or any other type deck. You know, the Four Swords, clean answer, two Grave Expectations, another clean answer, two Prismatic Endings, another clean answer, and then we have the Mana Drains that can take it out also. So, a lot of ways to nullify and negate Flage, and that feels really good. So, we are a little bit better against Mardu with this version. But we do lose points against Blood Moon decks with the aggressive mana base. Um, Boros is probably the scariest matchup so far. We're still, I think we're slightly less favored against Show and Tell, although it still feels like a pretty good matchup. I usually win that one. And then in the mirror match, we gain. We're good in the mirror match against other blue black tempo type decks because of all the removal that we have, the superior removal and exile effects. So, yeah, the main draw is four of Source Plowshares, which is the best removal spell of all time ever made in Magic. And then we also get four more additional one mana removal spells, exile spells that are very efficient, Fragment Realities and Prismatic Ending, for a total of eight one mana removal spells. And before I go on with that, I just want to mention real quick that I'm going to be going over some stats from Untap at the end of this game, or at the end of this video. So I'll go and you'll be able to see a little bit more of the specific, my stats, my win rate, matchups, and stuff like that. So if you'd like to check that out, go ahead and jump to the end of the video. Um, so the eight removal spells, I think, is the key to defeating the energy decks in Mardu. I think that the trick to beating them is just consistently remove their one mana creatures before they can generate value. So turn one Ocelot Pride, kill it on the spot. Turn one Guide of Souls, kill it on the spot. Turn one Ragavan, you got to kill it on the spot. Now, in order to do that, we're playing less sweepers. So there's no sweepers in the main, only one in the sideboard. So we do give up, like, they do have the ability, if they do pick up momentum and start doing their thing, we can get to a spot where we're too far behind to conceivably come back. You know, we do have one deluge we can draw, but other than that, like, we do a much better job of keeping up with them early on, and we have our creatures are more efficient on their own than theirs. They're more powerful standalone, whereas their creatures are more synergistic. So with the combination of just unconditional, efficient removal spells plus efficient creatures that are stronger than their cards individually, that's the plan. We're going to be doing a lot of double spells early on, a lot of one mana double spell, triple spell turns early on to beat them, and then just put down bigger threats than they have at the same time. Um, yeah, and the other thing is, like, I'm off the sweepers because they can play around sweepers pretty well, um, but they can't really play around their one mana removal spells. They have to just play their guys out pretty much. Um, so yeah, that's why I'm going down on the sweepers. And instead of more sweepers, I'm trying out some sun cleansers right now. This makes it so that they can't get energy and takes away all their energy. I know the deck does a lot more than energy, but um, this is an interesting way to attack them. So far, it's been okay. It's won me a few games, but I often don't draw it against energy, and I still do fine though. It's a good body for just the 1/4 body for blocking Ragavan, Pride, um, stuff like that. Unfortunately, it's just kind of because of the way the card is worded, it still dies to Static Prison, because Static Prison comes in, exiles the thing, and then gives you energy. So so it still dies to Static Prison, and we can undo that. We can get it back with Fragment Reality or Prismatic Ending for 1 mana, but it is efficient that they get to do a 1 mana removal spell on our 2 mana creature. But most decks, they don't have a lot of Static Prisons that they can play these days, and but yeah, that is a downside. So I'm not sure if this is the optimal way to attack them, but it's just something I'm trying, and so far it's been fine. Um, and then, yeah, like I said, we're trading off early on, deploying big threats, removing theirs unconditionally, just having more efficient spells early on in the game. Um, and then in the late game, mid to late game, we can grind them out with treasure cruises and counter spells. We're favored if we get to the mid to late game. So um, as long as we're not too far behind at that point, and the counter spell is still relevant. So yeah, this deck we're cramming a lot of utility into here. So there's actually like a few sideboard cards that are sort of bleeding into the main deck. Spell Snares, Spell Pierce, arguably Grave Expectations. A couple discard spells. But yeah, this deck is just filled to the brim with different utility, and one of those is Grave Expectations. This has been a great card so far. It's really been overperforming for me. It's versatile. It's useful hit against graveyard decks, so you can just incidentally do some pretty big damage to graveyard-based combo or value decks, even Mardu with Chthonian Nightmare, Luris, Flage, and then also obviously the combo decks like Phoenix and Reanimate Shenanigans, Shift and Tell is helpful against, and then when it's not good in the graveyard, you can take cards out of their library. So it's great in mirror matches because I get to basically look at 3 relevant cards that are non-lands. And so often, like, I'll have this and I'll have a Brainstorm in my hand, and like the question is, do I need removal spells or lands, or what do I need? Because this is a way to really reduce you can't hit a land when you're heisting. So I'll often cast this over a Brainstorm, and I'm digging for a removal spell if I know my opponent is on something like Energy or another dimmer based tempo deck, because I have a better chance of hitting a threat or a removal. And you can take Ocelot Pride with this sometimes. More than one game I've won with an Ocelot Pride that I just put on the board. It's got first strike, so all their X1s can attack into it, and then eventually I get the City's Blessing, just overwhelm them. So, yeah, it's been just really good. And then the life gain helps a lot too. The deck does pay a lot of life with its lands, and it has minimal ways to get it back. So I've won some games just by surprise, like gaining life this way too. Very flexible card. I like it a lot. Lots of applications for it in the format. And then, yeah, something else about this deck, I went down to 2 frogs and 3 goyfs for this to make room for more utility and more reactive spells and interaction. And so it does a little bit better in the mid to late game than typical frog decks, with the exception of we can only play 1 Mystic, but we do have 3 Treasure Cruises, and we have other ways to get it back with Tamiyo as well. So the deck does well mid to late game. It leans a bit more on the control end of the spectrum. So early on, we're usually not gonna. We're just slightly less often are we curving out creatures than with the typical tempo deck, but it gives us a bit more resilience as well. Although it may cost us a little bit of percentage points against combo decks where we just want to linearly attack them. Even that's arguable, because I think the amount of interaction that we're gaining helps a lot more in those matchups. And by going down to 3 Nether Goyfs, it also mitigates some of the vulnerability that the deck has to graveyard hate. And so I like that piece of resilience, and I like the extra utility that we get from this version. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop into some games, and then stick around for the end if you want to see kind of a rehash of my statistics with the deck, my matchups. Okay, hopping into a game here. I will play first. You're up against a Loris deck, so it's most likely a Mirror or Mardu Energy. This is a keepable hand against both of those decks. I would like to get some removal if it's Mardu, but I have Brainstorm and Bobble and Fetch Lands to find that. I think I'm just going to lead with Inquisition. I'm going to Bobble the top of their deck first, get a little bit more information. Let's make the Inquisition better. They have a Ajani. So we're up against Mardu. And they have a pretty good hand. Two removal spells. Taking Juggernaut Peddler. Since I'm on the play, okay, another Bowmasters is pretty good. I wish I could have gotten the Ajani, but that's going to be the biggest problem here. The other ones I should be able to take care of pretty easily with the Bowmasters. And what I like about Bowmasters here is it kind of blanks their removal spells, like they're not that good against it, so that's good. Unfortunately, I won't get to Brainstorm Fetch. I just have to use all my mana right away. Okay, we're going to get a Hollow Fountain, just to make sure we got our white for later on when we need it. Take out the Ragavan. Okay, opponent chooses to discharge my Bowmasters instead of advancing their board. So, oh, they got a land, never mind. Did they have that land all along? Did I not see that? Okay. Kind of risky to go for the Brainstorm here, so I'm going to wait on that. Because if I don't hit an untapped land, then we'll be in a bad spot. I won't be able to Bowmaster the Ocelot Pride, which can attack into my Orc and kill them, so... I'm guessing Ajani comes down now. Yep. So we're gonna kill the cat before Ajani comes down. Prevent it from flipping. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I can Brainstorm. I think I want to do that over Grave for now. Okay, I'll put back a couple lands. We're getting a little flooded here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and heist the opponent's library. Another Bowmasters, that's not bad. The cat's also not bad. My gut's telling me to go with the cat. However, I could double Bowmaster next turn. It's kind of close. I'll get the Bowmaster. Because this lets me potentially take out Ajani next turn. Just by playing two Bowmasters to do 2 damage to it. Okay, we're gonna just take 2 from the cat. Don't want to flip a Johnny quite yet. Okay, they bring Luris back. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a Surveil land. I could get... I still don't have any removal to get back. That's kind of crazy. I haven't gotten a removal spell this game. Yeah, we'll get the archive. Go ahead and get another Surveil in. Okay, Prismatic Ending is great. Take that gladly. So now I could Prismatic Ajani. Could save it for Luris and just take out Ajani with the 2 Bowmasters. I think that's the better play. Get him for 5. So they're going to static prison my 4/4, almost certainly. It's interesting plans I haven't seen for a while. It's pretty cool. Oh, it takes back Ocelot Pride instead. Okay, that's actually fine. Don't mind that. Pretty much get a free attack with the 4/4 here. And then I'm going to exile Luris. That's the plan. Guy of Souls. Uh-oh. Okay. Spell Snare is not good right now. No attacks. Okay. God, this is so obnoxious, this combo here. Oh, man. Okay, like, what could I draw to even get out of this at this point? I guess I have to... get the Prismatic back on top, take out the Guy of Souls, and then just stand around on this terrible board state for a while until I draw out of it. That's probably the plan. Okay, so now we're just hanging out up against 7 cats. Many more to come. Yep, Stack Prison, we knew about that. He should attack me with the Ocelot Prides. Probably, but okay. If not, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you should do. I'll do like this and this. Last, yeah, okay. Alright, we're gonna lose. I don't even have a sweeper main deck, so it's GG. I guess I'll just see what I draw. You never know. I think the opponents seem to do a pretty good job of slow rolling their Guide of Souls there. Or maybe they just drew it that turn, but it's tough because I didn't draw any removal. Yeah, and then I'm still kind of unsure if I want Grave in this matchup. I think I like at least one. But I'm willing to cut like one of each of these. Okay, we'll try this. Okay, this time we have removal. That's good. It's a good start. I'm actually gonna fetch since I have two fetches. Although on second thought, I was thinking about at first, like, I want to put him out with 2 toughness in case they have a discharge to get a little less energy to take it out right away. But upon further thought, since I have two white removal spells, I would want to make sure that I could get double white. So I think that was a little bit of an error. I'll go ahead and fragment here before he can thought seize it away. Another guide, okay. I guess I should have prismatic first because then I'd do more damage. There's a minor error. If I lose this game by 1 point, then we know why. He knows about the Bowmasters, doesn't know about the swords yet. What's that, Thoughtseize? Oh, it's surgical. Okay. I don't know why you were playing surgical against me, but sure. Alright, I won't mana drain you, I promise. You got it. Okay, opponent has 4 lands. Bowmasters. And a Johnny, okay. Got some good stuff. So let's see. What's the best way to go about this? I have 2 removal spells. I'll probably want to use it on Ajani and Bullmasters. Or maybe just not use it on, just take out one thing. Because they'll have Loris, I'm going to want to maybe save some removal for that. We'll just try this for now. Probably just throws away a Bowmaster token, I would imagine. Trade the Orc army for it. I'm going to slow roll it a little bit here. He doesn't know I have 2 removal spells. That's going to be a problem. All they have is Amped Raptor, though. So I guess he could sack the Bowmasters to it. And then get Bowmasters back, and that would be kind of annoying. I think I'm okay with this for now. Resolving. We'll see what he decides to sack. If he sacks the cat, I can exile Johnny in response. He probably knows that, though. Okay, yep, that's actually a reasonable play. That's what I figured he would do. Gets 2 more energy. Doesn't really matter, though, because he can't use the trigger unless it's cast from hand. But now both Masters are going to come back down. Yeah, I'll get blue-white, Hallowed Fountain. And I will Swords the Ajani. Oh, he's going to kill his guy in response. Okay, that's fine. All right. We got in that game. So anything I want to change up? Probably not. Probably not. So I'm just going to drink a water. My voice is going out today. But I think this looks good. I don't think there's anything else I want to bring in. Hopefully he keeps Surgical in against me. That was awesome. -1 card for the opponent. I appreciate that. Opponent goes first. We have no removal. We have 2 Brainstorms and a Tameo and no fetch lands. I think I'll keep this. Maybe I probably should have mulliganed for removal, though. I have 8 1-mana removal spells and I need them. Okay, nice. I appreciate that over a turn one Guide of Souls, for sure. Since I drew another Tammy, I'll go ahead and play this out. Otherwise, I probably would have held it. Stat prison, okay. Feels like the opponent's sort of giving up the play here, but okay. What do we? What? Okay, sure. Yeah, I mean they were on the play. I was scared because they could curve out with their scary Mardu guys, but instead they're just kind of dirtling around, surgical extracting my nether goyf, and I'm totally fine with all of that. That's great for me actually. Um, I actually love it. So I'm gonna, I think, go ahead and flip Tameo here. So I'll go ahead and get that going, and I'll put back. I don't think I'll be needing these. I guess I'll keep the brainstorm. Actually, do I want the brainstorm or the fourth land? It's kind of close. Because I'm going to shuffle away one of them with the other brainstorm, so, or with the other fetch land, so, but I will draw one of them also. Um, let's keep brainstorm. Okay, here come the guide. Maybe he's going to combo off here, Juggernaut, okay. My hand's fairly redundant, so it should be fine. Took the swords, sure. But I get myself a shiny new Juggernaut. Um, I think I'll brainstorm now. Even though I know I'm going to draw a Flooded Strand, that's okay. I'll put back this and this. Yep. Plus Tameo. And I guess I'll pass. I'm going to mana drain the Ajani. Let's get another Watery Grave. This will be nice. I'll be able to bring Loris into my hand next turn pretty safely. Easy Loris there. And we'll plus here. And yeah, I'll pass again. Slot Pride. So I'm going to exile the Guide of Souls in response. We don't want any of that shenanigans happening. Hearse? Sure. It's a little annoying. I'm not too concerned about it, though. Sort of feels like this is an example of overboarding. I mean, Hearse is good against me still, but like when you have surgical extraction in and all the thought seizes and stuff, it's kind of like, okay, what do you actually bring to the table? Like, you're not really threatening me with much. You're just kind of dirtling around. If the game goes long, I'm going to be favored, so. Took my fragment and that, okay. So I'm clear to put down Loris and get some value or bring back something with Tamio. Yeah, I'm going to jam Bowmasters here. And I think I'm also going to put a mana drain back on top of my library. Alright, opponent scooped. Yeah. Okay, well, we won that one. I mean, it feels like there was a lot of errors made on the other side. But, yeah, GG. Alright. No interaction. Bunch of creatures on the draw. It's probably not good. If there's show and tell, we're going to get run over. Yeah, I feel like I'm supposed to mulligan this, but I kind of want to keep it and just play a bunch of creatures and see what happens. We also don't have white mana, so if I draw removal, it's not that good. I'm going to keep it. I don't know. Should definitely... Oh, it's against Scam? Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm glad it's not show and tell. If this is Scam, I feel a lot better about this keep because it just has a bunch of random dumb guys, and you don't want to mulligan against Scam either, anyways. If you can help it. I did make one small tweak to the deck in between games. I cut the Thoughtseize main for a second Inquisition. I just feel like the deck, the 2 life matters in this deck quite a bit. Our mana base is very painful. I'm going to take a little bit of an aggressive approach here, playing the Frog instead of holding up Mana Drain. Hopefully I don't get punished by like a Necropotence or something here. Uh-oh, we did. Okay. Oops. I wonder what this is. I wonder if this is Breach Storm or something. I don't think Breach Storm usually plays Necro, though. Oh, some versions do. Okay, we're in a tough spot here. Now they have Necropotence. see what they discard. They'll give us a little bit more of a clue about what we're up against exactly here. If it's just kind of a mid-range fair deck with Necro, or if they're trying to do a combo. Necropotence decks are generally tough for these kind of blue-based mid-range tempo decks. Okay, it seems like it's just regular scam. Just scam with Necro. Okay. So I could try to get aggressive and punch through with the Psychic Frog, discard a bunch of cards, get their life total down, and then try to hold up a counterspell to finish off when they try to gain life. If they have like 2 removal spells though, that doesn't really work. And we would be in a pretty bad spot. One, two, three, four. I'm kind of just going for it here. I'm going to hold Treasure Cruise and Mana Drain, but I think I need to pressure their life total as much as I reasonably can without giving up too much of my own game plan here. Source Plowshares. Okay. So, yeah, here comes the March of Wretched Sorrow, probably. Okay, they got another fail push. Sure. So I'm going to Swords the Shield Jet at the end of the turn, but I don't want them to know I have swords. For all I know, I'm just on blue-black right now. So I don't want them to draw more cards based on that. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So do I want to save this 1 pip in exchange for like keeping a card in my graveyard? Or do I want to go ahead and attack with Tammy? I'll get another clue later. That is the question. I have some good cards in here. I'm just going to clear the graveyard. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not pressuring their life total much. I think it was a mistake discarding the frog in the way that I did and not playing the Goyfs out to have more diversity of threats. Okay, we're brain locked here. So, what do I want to protect though? Probably Source of Plowshares and maybe Grave Expectations. He'll probably take the Nether Goyf, yeah. The thing that can pressure his life total. Kind of in a bad spot here. I think I did it to myself though. I just kind of misplayed this game. Wasn't sure what I was up against early on. Plus Tamio. Play out the land. I think I'm going to decline. Play another Tamio. And then pass. At the end of the turn, I'll draw a card. If they try to do some graveyard shenanigans, I can draw. It's looking like they're not really playing Scam, though. So, okay, that's fine. They get to gain some life anyways, but at least it won't get out of control. Because Swords gives them life. They know about the spell snare, so loses a lot of value. I haven't seen Bowmasters yet, but I assume they're playing it. Okay, he's drawing a lot of cards. I'm guessing he's going to have a... he's looking for a March. Got the one the one black mana open to cast it. March of Wretched Sorrow. Gain a bunch of life back. And so basically if he hits that, we're likely going to lose. If he doesn't, then he's going to basically lose next turn to the ring. I guess not. I guess he would still have one life left. Another turn with the ring to find it, but... Yeah, I think I misplayed a bunch this game. First of all, I shouldn't have discarded the Goyfs early on. And then, second of all, probably wasn't right to brain... I think brainstorm locking myself was not great, but it did hide the swords, which allowed me to stay in the game, take out Shield Dread. But yeah, just early on, my planning, I should have prioritized the Nether Goyfs to pressure them. I could have had 2 Nether Goyfs and a Psychic Frog out. That would have been a lot for them to deal with. Okay, let's just keep attacking for 0 damage here. Draw a card, or get a clue, I mean. And, yeah, I guess I'll pass. This is awful. I really need to pressure them more than I am. So he is playing Scam. He's got Not Dead After Alls. That's right. None of this is helpful. I think this is, I mean, we can sit here and flail around forever, but I lost my chance early on to win that game. So I'm just going to scoop because we could flail around for another 10 minutes or so, but maybe not even that. I don't think we're coming back from that. Okay, so we want to have Spell Pierce. We want to have Disruptor Flute. I didn't see Bowmasters. I assume they have it. Oh yeah, there it is. Still, do I want Spell Snare just for that? Probably not. Cut Spell Snare. I think I'm going to cut Inquisitions. A lot of their big cards, a lot of the cards you need to hit cost 4 mana or more. And I have Spell Pierces too. I don't know, Inquisition's pretty good though. Maybe, actually, I'll keep a Thoughtseize in. I might want Demonic Tutor also. But I don't know, I'm just going to try it like this. We'll see what's up. Four Brainstorms. Okay. That's not a keepable hand. I think I'm going to play the Tamiel first because I want to protect the Netherglyph. I just have to hope they don't have Dark Ritual. I'm not going to like pass my turn 1 play to hold up Spell Pierce just on the off chance that they have Dark Ritual into Necro. I don't think that's a winning strategy. They have it, you know, that's too bad. We lose, but okay, they don't. So we're going to go ahead and attack. So we're in actually a good position now. 2 counter spells. I have a Netherglyph I can play out this turn. If I want to. I could also just hold up Mana Drain and Spell Pierce. Or hold up Mana Drain and Bowmasters. Goy's not doing much yet, so... But I think I'm going to put him out anyways. Because I want to start getting damage in early. And if we trade a spell or 2 here, then he'll be better next turn. Start swinging for 2. I guess I'll Spell Pierce this, because otherwise it invalidates my Netherglyph. think I'm okay with the removal spell. I think I probably need to just make sure I don't let them resolve Necropotence. I don't know though, because if I don't have a removal spell, then all pressure goes off. I do have Bowmasters, so yeah, if they have a removal spell, I think I will let them take out my guy. That's fine. I'm tempted to brainstorm and try to find an untapped land, but I think that's a little extra. I don't think that's a risk that's worth taking right now. So we'll just keep the beatdowns going. Sucks to waste a Mystic Sanctuary that way, but gotta do it. Instant land. So what else do I need? Sorcery, artifact would be great. We gotta get this Goyf big. Big Goyf. Okay, so I can either bring Lurrus into my hand or I can sack 2 clues. I think I'd rather draw 2 and flip Tameo. Try to hit another counter spell. Nice, we did it. Plus her. Now our Goyf is a 3/4. And then I think I'll just pass here. I don't need to brainstorm right now. Fetch land, nice. Sure. I'm gonna crack another clue. Well, maybe I'll just brainstorm first. I'm probably gonna use Tameo to get back my. I'm gonna use Tameo to get back my mana drain, so I'll have a counter spell up. Now, do I want to bring Lurrus or crack a clue? I think I'll do Lurrus for now. Alright, they tap 2 swamps. Tap 2 swamps and concede, okay. Anything I want to change up? Maybe I want to bring in a Bobble over a Brainstorm on the draw, since my mana is going to be a much more of a premium. I think I'm fine running this back. Grave Expectations doesn't seem great though. I haven't seen them really use the graveyard at all, and then a lot of the cards in their deck just aren't good in my deck, so maybe I could cut Grave for something. Like, Inquisition is fine, it's a little less good on the draw, but could bring the Brainstorm back. Demonic Tutor. It's hard to find time in a Demonic Tutor, especially on the draw. Fragment Reality. I could take out Bowmasters. In a pinch, I could clear a Necro with it, or a One Ring, but it's not great to do that. I think I'll just go one of each. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is right. I don't know what the best call is there for the last couple sideboard slots to bring in. Alright, so if we can just fade turn 1 Necro, they snap caps, so but if we can just fade turn 1 Necro, we're good. Don't have turn 1 Necro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Well, that's pretty good, because you can take out my Spell Pierce, but... He took the Goyf instead, alright. Yeah, so he's trying to play a slow game here. Highland is not what I wanted to draw. I'll send that Watery Grave away. We got a frog, okay. I think I'll play frog off curve. So that I can hold up a 1 mana interaction. Okay, we're getting griefed. Sure, I guess. I don't think I want to swords it. So. Okay, sticking with the plan of taking all my threats away. Now I guess I swords. Okay. We need to hit some non-lands. Do I play the fetch land and then risk not being able to brainstorm later? Or do I just go ahead and... Yeah, I think I'm going to be a little aggressive here. I want to surveil, I want to draw a non-land card. And if I hit a brainstorm, then that's just too bad. Another reactive spell, but one that's like actually really good, so if he tries to resolve Necro, he's going to be in a bad spot. And I kind of wonder if I want to just play it out so that I can start putting pressure on him. But he could have like the One Ring too. Oh man, it's close. Very close here. I'm gonna wait on it. Treasure Cruise, okay. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going for be like a 2-3. I guess that's fine. Can I cancel this? I think I'd rather not. I think is it too late to cancel out of this? Oh, okay, I'm stuck here now. Okay. Because I think I'd rather bring back Loris. Alright, well, this is what we're doing. Kind of interesting that once you choose to escape, you can't go back. Even though it seems like it's part of the... Seems like it's part of the cost, so you should be able to. It's a little interesting. I'm guessing he's waiting to draw like a discard spell to pair with his Necropotence. He's sniffed out that I have a counter spell or something like that. Okay, I have a Meticulous Archive so I can surveil, so I think I'm going to brainstorm here. I don't want to get blown out by Bowmaster. I don't need to get a Bowmasters though, so actually I will not. I will instead just play this Surveil land. See what we got on top. Cool, put that in there, that's excellent. Makes our Goyf a little bit bigger. He's got the push, sure. I'll pass one more time, and then next turn I'll bring Loris into hand. I want to hold up 3 mana at least, so if I brought Loris in I would only have 2. perfect. Yeah, I guess I'll put out the Goy for now. I probably, I don't know, the thing, yeah, I think I still do need to hold up this mana here. Yeah. It's tough because Disruptor Flute arguably allows me to be more aggressive because I can play around discard spell with it. Like if he goes to discard, I can just cast in response and it's still really effective if I name the right card. So he could have the One Ring, or he could have the other one. Okay, so exile, March of Wretched Sorrow. I think I'm going to brainstorm in response to see what we get. So I'm going to want to protect the Disruptor Flute most of all. And probably Brainstorm next. Or, sorry, I mean Treasure Cruise next. So we'll do this. Sorry, sorry if you can hear that noise. I don't know. Yeah, we got an Instant Pot going over here, big roast. So I'm not sure if that noise is coming through, but I just went over. I tried to make it a little bit better. Yep. Okay, sorry. I gotta get back to the game here. He's probably gonna take the Goy if that's like the scariest thing in my hand, but took the Spell Pierce. Okay, sure. Okay, so he's gonna get one turn with the ring, but we will get to Flute and shut it down. And then, yeah, hopefully his last card isn't a Necropotence. I don't know if I needed to block here. Seems like an obvious play, but okay. Yeah. I mean, not really any downside to blocking then. Well, yeah, I guess he gets my Lurrus, but... Oh, okay. He was able to cobble something together there. Take my guy off the board. And get my Lurrus. So, that's pretty good. But... still in a pretty good spot here. I can Treasure Cruise. I wonder how much I want Treasure Cruise for. We'll go like this. There's the discard spells. Okay. That's not really what we wanted right now, but that's alright. We do have a counter spell too, so that should lock things up pretty well for us. Hearst, do I even care about that right now? Yeah, I guess I do. Yeah, I guess I'll counter that. One, two, three, four. Yeah. One, two, three, four. Yeah, I have 5 types, but only 6 cards, so I'm going to keep the Goyf in the graveyard for now. I can get a Mystic Sanctuary. I believe I have 1 left in my deck. Opponent showing me. Okay, he's got a Lock Throne actually. Okay. Okay, we got him. Good job. That was a long game. I really did not need to lose game 1 the way that I did, but I'm glad we were able to come back anyways. Entering our next match. Opponent is presenting no companion. This is a keepable hand. Brainstorm and a fetch land makes it pretty good. Unfortunately, I do have to burn my fetch right away to get my blackout. It looks like we're probably going to be up against show and tell here. So we need to both have a fast clock and also find some interaction. So we got the Goyf. It's a good start. Yeah, unfortunately I do have to crack my fetch land right away. I'm going to assume this is show and tell. Going to bobble them now so that I'm protected against Thoughtseize. The card I draw will be protected against Thoughtseize, plus I get guaranteed information about what their draw is this turn. Another bobble. I'll hold off on the Brainstorm 1 more turn. Okay, they're going to get to Brainstorm and then fetch. That's fine. I could see what they sent back. Would have been an interesting piece of information, but I would rather... I'd rather see what they're going to draw, I guess. Show and tell. Oh no. Okay. I got Omniscience. What's next? What else do they have? Atraxa. Okay. Okay, looks like they got there. And we'll make them do it though. It's kind of weird how long it's taking them to think about this. I'm not sure what to make of that. Maybe they're new to the deck, or maybe they're trying to play around a counterspell or something. I don't know. Obviously, if I had a counterspell, I would have used it already. Okay. Yeah, thing is, I guess I could have brainstormed for my one spell pierce to see after they show and tell to see if I hit it. I could counter the approach. Okay, they're on a mana drain version. That's good to know. And then sometimes I bring in Fragment Reality too, because it's a clean answer to Defense Grid. It's better than Prismatic Ending against them. So yeah, I'll bring those in too. Sometimes these decks do a cheeky move where they board into Psychic Frog also. So it gives us a little bit of insurance against that. But yeah, this looks like a decent enough plan right now. I don't mind one Spell Snare. I'm not sure what to cut for it though. I could cut a Tameo maybe. Or a Treasure Cruise. I'm okay with this. Spell Snare, like game one, it doesn't hit that much. It can hit Assemble. Oh yeah, I guess they're playing Mana Drain too. Yeah, I should have brought the Spell Snares in. So you can hit Assemble, Born Upon a Wind. This is a mulligan for sure. This one's keepable. And it can also hit Defense Grid, which is pretty helpful. We'll keep 6. I guess we'll put back the Godless Shrine. Yeah. I'm going to drop this Tameo since we have Spell Pierce for backup. And this will start to put a little bit of pressure on them. Tameo is not great here because we do want to get them dead, but if she ults, it's a pretty good chance that we're going to win the game. But also, if you can use like her minus ability to get an instant back, that also often is game winning too in this matchup. Opponent dish Mana Drain, sure. I think I'm going to save my fetch land. I could brainstorm, but I could lock myself out that way too. Okay. Okay, I'm going to brainstorm now. So I'm not going to play Meddling Mage right now because that would give them the ability to just Abrupt Decay it on my turn still. I'd rather not have them do that. And then we wouldn't be able to counter, so I gotta let that resolve because I only have enough mana to do one counter and I need to do it on their turn. I'm wondering if I want to Fragment Reality, the ley line, at the end of their turn. I don't have a discard. I sent back my Inquisition. But I only have 3 discard spells in the deck, so I don't think I really need to. I sort of built this deck to be resilient to ley line of Sanctity. It's not a big concern of mine. Defense grid is more of an issue. See if I get veiled here. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna veil. That's why I didn't want to do the mana drain. Sure. I think I'm gonna plan on playing out Meddling Mage and getting my Spell Pierce back. Don't need a frog, really. Alright. Just auto scoop to Meddling Mage. Plus Spell Pierce. Okay. Now on the draw, there's a little bit more of a incentive to bring in Spell Snare. Guess I'll cut an Inquisition for it. I don't know if I want to bring in both. So they got Assemble, they got Mana Drain, and they likely have Defense Grid, although I haven't seen it yet. I think I'll cut one Brainstorm for a second Spell Snare on the draw, because I don't really want to have to do a lot of brainstorming on the draw, spending mana on that. The mana is so tight in this matchup. As you could see last game, I mean, it's just, you gotta really be efficient with it. This is a pretty bad hand. Although I guess it does have some merit. Just being able to turn one Nethergoyf and then having a bauble to hopefully find a blue source. But if I don't find a blue source, I just need any land. It doesn't matter. None of my other... But if it comes in tapped, then I'm screwed. Okay, yeah, I gotta mulligan this. Ugh. This is even worse. That's... Okay, they kept 6. I'm gonna have to mulligan down to 5. Okay. Guess we want to do this. It's kind of a tough call between Tamiyo and Goyf. I think I'm going to play Tamiyo just because I need to start catching up on cards. So the plan is, like, we attack with Tamiyo, start drawing card, and then start getting clues, and then at the end of their, and then hold up Mana Drain, and then if they don't cast a spell to counter, we get to draw a card. It's pretty straightforward, but that's what we're going to try to do here. Okay, they didn't have Dark Ritual into Show and Tell on turn 2, so that's good. I'm going to play safe here, hold up Mana Drain. Instead of trying to flip Tamio or playing the Goyf. And the next turn I can do either one. I'll probably play the Goyf, given the choice, so I can start being down. I don't know, maybe I need to Tamio to get back my Mana Drain too, to be able to get that back in a few turns. Okay, they topped it. That's a bad sign. Like, I can't play around Veil plus Show and Tell anyways, so Spell Snare doesn't do the trick there. So I might as well play out the Goyf, I guess. Otherwise I could have Bowmaster plus Snare up. No play from the opponent there on turn 3. Interesting. Because they topped and then they did nothing on turn 3. And then they don't play a land either. Interesting. I mean, if they have Born Upon a Wind plus Dark Ritual plus Show and Tell, they would have done it by now. So I'm going to go ahead and take some liberties here. I'm going to play Bowmasters, get a little bit more pressure on them. Okay, I'm glad I hit a land here. The Bobble will be helpful too. Make our Goyf a little bit bigger. Dig through time. They're not really working to that very fast. I'm not sure what they're trying to do over there. Don't want Spell Snare. Nice. That's pretty good. I don't think I need to get anything on my graveyard with Tamio, so I'll just keep attacking here. Plus Tamio. And play Nether Goyf. And then we still have 2 counter spells up, so I'm feeling pretty good about this position. Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing. They're not doing okay. Um, okay, that was kind of a weird game, but I guess things just didn't come together from the opponent's side. GG. All right, so we had some good games there. Let's take a look at the data of how this deck is doing. Um, Currently, I'm at a 67% win rate, 26 and 13 on the ladder. Actually, it's a little bit off. I think I had 2 or 3 games that where I forgot to turn on untapped. So, and those were W's. So I think it's a little bit higher than that, but close enough. And so that's overall, but that also counts last season where I had definitely a different matchup there. And you can see here these are each dot on this graph. In case you're not familiar with untap, each dot on this graph represents like a game. So when the line goes up, it means I'm winning. When it goes down, it means I'm losing. And then this is since the beginning of this month, which is the current season. You can see I was struggling against Mardu quite a bit. 3 and 5, and these are small sample sizes, so take with that a grain of salt. But yeah, you can see Mardu was a bad win rate, especially when you factor in the previous season. But this season, I've definitely increased the win rate there, with the additional 1 mana removal spells and that kind of a thing. Something interesting that you'll see here is that my draw win percentage is actually higher than my play win percentage, and that was true not only of both seasons taken together, but also with the current season, where it's even wider of a gap. And again, this is small data. 15 and 8. That's not a ton of matches, but I do believe that my draw win rate percentage is related to trimming frogs and trimming nether goyfs and just having less creatures and having more reactive spells. So I'm very happy that I'm winning a lot on the draw. That's very hard to do in timeless. But this deck has been doing a pretty good job of that so far. And so yeah, you can see that now this season I've only run into Mardu 3 times on, I think some of these ones that where I didn't have untap on were also against Mardu, but not enough matches of the current iteration of the deck to draw any big conclusions. But you can see I'm staying afloat there. The frog decks I've very favored. I'm happy with that matchup. And yeah, so this is basically how the deck has been performing overall. This looks like show and tell. It feels like it's a better matchup than that, but maybe there's data that's not all getting in here. But I feel like I usually beat show and tell, or it's at least 50%. But again, this is a very small sample size, 1 and 2. And then there's more show and tell type decks probably down here too. It's hard to tell exactly what they are just based by the color pie. Anyways, yeah, so thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. And yeah, I did go ahead and one more thing I wanted to add. I mentioned this in the video, but I did cut the first Thoughtseize in the main for the second Inquisition, so I still have a Thoughtseize in the sideboard, but now I have 2 Inquisitions main instead of 1 Inquisition, 1 Thoughtseize. And that is because your life total is very much at a premium. Stretching 3 colors, you got to play a lot of shock lands, you're shocking in a lot, so I just didn't want to have that extra tax on my life total. But yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I hope this has been helpful and or entertaining. And yeah, everybody take care, and looking forward to seeing you next time.